Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I'm Joe. We're going to try to finish up the X-axis encoder project here on the lathe. And got my pieces cut out. You saw some of that in the last video. So this one here, we got to cut a notch in it to accept this. And we're going to bolt them together. And then this part goes on the lathe. And then this will connect up to the little reader head on the encoder. And that should do it, aside from a little alignment here. Everybody's been asking me where I'm moving the shop to. Well, we're moving to central New Hampshire. And right now we're in Massachusetts, so it's not too far away. Won't be a big climate change, but definitely a different environment. So stay tuned and we'll get going on the project. Okay, so I used my edge finder here to find the center of this. This piece is exactly 5 inches long, and I got to cut 3 inches out of the middle of it. And the depth of this cut is going to be 290. So I'm going to come down here and touch off. Okay, right there, and I'm going to set my z-axis to 0. Now what I'm going to do is come over 1.25. Right there. Let's come down. $50 thou. Okay, I'm going to come over 1.25 the other way. There, and cut it this way. So those establish my edges here, and what I'm going to do is come down 290. I'm going to hog out this entire area in here. And the last pass. All right. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, a little deburring, some drilling, and this piece will be done. So we will get done with this. These are just temporary bolts to hold things together while I drilled them and tapped them. Okay, and what we'll do now is drill and counterbore those. So this one will be 0.616 by 0.40. 616 by 400. There we go. Now this, we're going to drill a clearance hole and counterbore it. So clearance hole for 1032, I believe it's 3/16. It's 3/16. Just spot it first. Looks right. Okay. Setting my z-axis 0 here. And this counter bore wants to be 220. Okay. I'll just do the other one over here. .414. It should put us right on that one. piece is done. Just a little deburring on the back side and we're good to go here. This piece here, now that I did it, I'm going to I tapped it, and now what I'm going to do is drill these as the clearance holes as well, so I can bolt them together. So we'll be back. Okay, so it's all deburred. Screwed them together. This these two holes here are going to fix it to the lathe. I have to make a tapping block for this, and this part down here will be screwed into the reader head, and then when this moves across, it'll take the reader head with it. So, okay, this is a tapping block, and in this end I got some clearance holes. In this end I got a tap hole, and what I've done is I've taken my piece here, wherever I laid it down, and I lined it up exactly on the back here where I want it to be. And then I took a transfer punch for that clearance hole size, and I tapped a divot right in the back here where I want the screw to go. And now what I do is I take this tap, which is a gun tap, and this gun tap has a point on it. Okay, and it just, I screw it in till it just sticks out there. Then I take a clamp, and I put that, as soon as this bee gets out of here, I put that that little point in my hole. And then I C-clamp this tapping block to the bed casting. And I can unscrew this tap got my drill here with the tapping drill in it. I'll put that in this hole. And I'll drill into the bed. So I'm about ½ inch in right now. You don't really need much more than that, but I like to put a little extra in just for insurance. Okay, now without moving that block, I can take this tap, screw it right in that hole, tap this hole, and I know that first of all the tap's going to line up and go in straight, and I'm not going to be bending it and breaking it off in the casting. Okay, I'm hitting cast iron now. Just go until you start feeling it bottom out. Just right about there. Now if I was to screw up and bend this tap and break it off, it's going to break off proud of the casting, which will allow you to get like a pair of vice grips on it or something like that and get it out of there. If you didn't use this tapping block and you broke the tap off, chances are it's going to break off either flush or slightly below the casting surface, which will really ruin your day because you're not going to be able to get it out of there very easily, if at all. So that's my little lesson on how to drill holes in your lathe without the pucker factor. Okay, then you just unscrew the clamp, take this tapping block off. I'm going to get a little compressed air going here. Blow these holes out. And then I'm going to screw that bracket on there. Alright, I got that bracket screwed on, and as you can see, I have no issues with clearance for the cross slide. Now the only thing I got to do in order to get this thing all done here is get this reader head. It's going to go and bracket up to this here. So I got to just, there's a couple of holes in it right here. I'm going to move this over and transfer it. Now I know, because I've measured this thing, that the reader head will be centered when it's flush with this surface here, because the reader head is exactly as wide as this extrusion for the scale. And that's why I designed this thing to have like zero. There's probably about 0.005 clearance between this thing and the reader casting. So with these Heidenhain readers, they're mounted inside with springs, so the alignment of the reader head really doesn't matter. So we'll get that done, and this project will be complete. We'll be having an X-axis encoder. Alright, we got this baby going, and let me tell you, it pays to measure, because I just bolted this thing together. I leveled the encoder body to the ways, and I just bolted the rest of it together. I didn't adjust anything, and we have encoder action on the X-axis of the lathe. Now right now I'm just swapping cables, so when I want to use the mill XY encoder, I got to plug in the other cable. But eventually we'll be making another box here, so for now this will work out good for me. Another successful project from the Cuppa Joe Studios. Thanks for watching.